So what I wanted to talk about is what problems they were having and why they picked Curator as the tool to do it, because I'm going to imagine that a lot of these problems are quite universal across people who have, or organizations that have got quite a mature analytics platform. So the partnership have had Tableau for over 5 years now, and so how kind of we've worked with the ICB, or kind of what the integrated care partnership was. They were one of the kind of pilot integrated care, well, they weren't called integrated care boards, they were health and social care partnerships at the time, and it was to bring together people from across all of the 10 boroughs, whether they're working in councils, NHS trusts. The combined authority in Manchester is the mayor's office, and so they obviously have a lot of public health research requirements as well. So being able to pool all of that kind of analytical effort and provide a platform that housed the data required to that analytics, and provided a centralized Tableau server so that a piece of work could be done for all the boroughs at once, so that each individual CCG or each individual council didn't have to then repeat it themselves using their own data. We can pool the data and we can pool that effort. So you get joined up working and you get kind of shared kind of best practices. And so, as I said, they kind of had that central Tableau model, but that's a great thing in one case because it gave everybody access with a core license. But conversely, because everybody has access, you've got a lot of analysts producing a lot of content, and it's all getting chucked onto the same Tableau server. It could be across different sites. They could have kind of different permissions set up and all that sort of thing. But effectively, they ended up with a Tableau server that has an almost overwhelming amount of content on it. And so that was the problem that we were trying to solve, was how do people find the right information? How do you group dashboards by theme, but not isolate those dashboards in different silos, and then not have to duplicate dashboards so that you've then got kind of more than one to maintain. And so Curator kind of sits at the very top of their modern analytics platform. It's cloud-based. They've got Snowflake, and Snowflake is fantastic for enabling kind of data sharing. So they've got a shared data set from a company called Facts and Dimensions, who kind of aggregate all of the NHS data that's publicly available and just put it in a nice handy database so you can work from it. And so having that as a platform means that everybody can access this all at the same time within Greater Manchester. And so the problem again that I kind of, that their main issue was being able to identify where a workbook is. If you weren't familiar with the name of a workbook to be able to search for it, you've got to hope that you understand which thematic area it's been grouped in. Is it in the COVID-19 project? Is it in the urgent care project? Is it in the elective care project? Is it in the adult social care? Is it in the workforce? There's all of these different projects on a single site, and it's not always clear where your dashboard is going to be. If you're looking at COVID vaccination rates in care homes, is that in the adult social care project, or is that in the COVID-19 project? And so it's not always clear. And so what we're trying to do is build a Curator instance where you could have a single dashboard hosted on the Tableau server, but have multiple paths to it from Curator. So that one dashboard I mentioned can go in both the COVID-19 menu and in the adult social care menu, because it's not hosted in Curator, it's hosted on the Tableau server, and we just surface an embedded view of it within this kind of designed portal.